Let's fucking roll. All right, everybody, welcome to the McBastard Studio. We're here in Foco, USA. You're listening to the SaltyMF GOAT. I'm Brad Banyas. I'll be your host. Today, I'm really excited because we get to actually use the sign behind us and bring real musicians onto the podcast. So today, we are talking to Hush Money, and talking with me today is Caleb and Seth, and Greg is in the back on drums. But guys, welcome to the show.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having us, man.
Thanks for having us, dude.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
I'm so happy you're here. I'm gonna have to tell the story of why this came to be, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Real quick. So I was with my wife up above LJ, and we were walking by a music store, and there was a shirt hanging outside. It said Hush Money, and it had like a hot chick in an old bathing suit or something with the legs hanging over. And I have like a million t-shirts because we print t-shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm going in to buy that. My wife's like, don't you have enough? I'm like, no, this is a cool tee. I'm going to get this thing. Right. So I walked in, and it was a music store. I think it's Big Frog.
Yes.
Big
Frog Music Company.
Big Frog Music. Call out to Cindy up there.
Yes, sir.
So I walked in, and I'm like, I want to get the shirt. She goes, oh, well, do you know that band? I'm like, oh, no, this is a band? I thought this was a cool shirt. She goes, oh, yeah, no, they're a local band. And she goes, do you want me to put on some music, their music for you while you're in here? And I said, yeah, that'd be cool, you know? And she hit it in like the first three chords. I said, hey, Cindy, give them my number. I wrote it down. And I said, these guys are awesome. Have them call me. So that's the story of the origination of how Hush Money and SaltyMF and the McBastard Studio got in. So
That's awesome, man. I mean, we cannot give enough thanks to Cindy, because it's people like her that make people in the independent world that she makes the wheels on the bus go around.
She's awesome.
100%.
She knows her music too.
She really does.
She's in on it. She's our unofficial fifth member.
100%.
She's done a lot for the band, man. She's hooked us up with a lot of people, kept some wheels turning as far as finances go. Like she's the real deal.
And I mean, people in that area, you know, like in that side of things, they really take music serious. It's not just some background noise where you get your job done. It's you know, especially whenever she was coming up, man, that was when you opened up the album. You read along, looked at the artwork. Come on.
She had your disc right there. She was like, because it was playing something else, and she said, do you want to hear it? And I was like, yeah, cool, why not? I'm gonna wear the shirt. Yeah, let's go. You know, that was awesome. So, you know, we were talking about this before, because everyone wants to put someone in a genre. Like everyone say, oh, or you're pop, or you're rock, or you're rap, or you're whatever. And I know they've put you guys kind of in Southern rock, which there's pieces of what you guys do Southern rock, but when I listen to your albums across, there's such a wide variety of sound, and just, I mean, it's amazing. So tell everybody, like, I want to hear the influence of all you guys, like what your parents listen to,
of course,
like what you like, because I'm sure that it sounds like a culmination of different kinds of music coming together.
Well, definitely. I mean, like you said, we are from the South.
I would say
that's the breadbasket of music. So
I was going to say you're from Boston, but
you can hear it in the accent.
Lexicon, and all that stuff, right? No, but like, this is where, I mean, jazz was invented in New Orleans.
Yeah.
You got blues coming from all over the South. And rock and roll is a descendant of that.
Yeah.
Heavy gospel. I mean, you never had to ask Little Richard with the gospel component of rock and roll. He knew where it was from. He brought that.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, y'all's dad.
Yeah, we grew up on a mixture of like, so riding to school in the morning with my mom, it was the radio station out of Chattanooga, KZ 106. We would listen to the classic rock. So they played anything from like Sabbath to Skinner and all that stuff, man. So we would listen to that. And then when you get in the truck with my dad was an old school country guy. I mean, it was like, if, you know, he used to say there was two types of music, country and Western. And so like, that was what we listened to growing up, man. So it was just like, you get this, you know, as I was younger, it was like my dad's music. I was like, oh, okay, like, all right, I get it, whatever. when you get in the car with my mom, it was the rock and roll. You know, that was where I really grasped onto it myself early on. So, you know, I got really into Sabbath and Metallica and the heavy stuff. But then as you get older, you start seeing the beauty in the country stuff too. Like it's just it's a different lane of that music. And so I think for me, like it's, you want to marry the two because you love them both equally. 100%. And so like you want that, you want all those aspects, like Caleb was saying, like with like the blues and the gospel and all that stuff. I think with Industry Standard, the album, we really kind of incorporated some of those like gospel style harmonies in some of the songs, and then we have like the blues riffs in some of the songs, and then, you know, the Southern aspect, it just bleeds through. I think that's you know, we were talking.
Well, and it's like
it's impossible to get away from.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So,
like I think it was Greg Allman, wasn't it? I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't want to lie to anybody, but I think it was Greg Allman that said he never understood the term Southern rock because that's like saying rock.
Yeah,
you know, So you know, there's something to that. You know,
well, people want. I think when they can't classify you, like, because I think the people that want to market you, they want to, you know, fit you in with all the garbage shit today, like Taylor Swift. I'm sure there's no Swifties watching McMaster Studios, so I'm pretty much safe there. But anyways,
I knew it.
But I think they want to put someone in a category because then they can market it to that. But I'm proud of you guys for staying to your roots and truth and you know, music. I'm not talented at all in music, but I grew up with music. Doors, Led Zeppelin, right? Black Sabbath, AC/DC, Ozzy Osbourne. And then on the other side, you know, Hank Williams Jr., right? I mean, we grew up with that.
Oh, yeah.
And so, to me, Muddy Waters was one of my, you know, I don't know if you ever listened to Muddy Waters, but your riffs, like y'all's blues, like, when I hear that, I'm like, I don't give a shit what's going on. Like, because guitars to me, like in a lot of music today, are like non-existent. Like it's not the old, you know, crank.
It's almost background noise anymore.
That's largely the backbone of American music, I'd say. Man, it's been guitar, and we kind of forsaken that in recent generations. It's like, what's going on? You know, seismic shift.
So I think we were talking a little bit before. I think time, you know, molds perfection or allows you to really progressively get better and better and better year over year, and it takes a long time, right? And you guys have been together for almost 15 years, right?
Yeah, we've been doing it in some capacity for 15 years.
Some capacity, not the actual band, but you know, that's pretty amazing and a tribute to like your commitment to each other as friends and outside
family
of
at this point.
I think
I'll come out and say that, man.
Yeah, first and foremost, like
that I play with in this group that I would take a bullet for, and I don't say that lightly. 100%.
I love it.
I think that's first and foremost, man. I think a lot of people get sideways with bands is they try to find the best musician they can find. And that's not always the key. A lot of times it's like, who are you going to get along with, man? Who's you got to be those friends, family first. Like that's got to be your crew that, you know, you ride or die with. And if you don't have that, I mean, you may make a couple of hits, man, but you're going to see it down the road just fall apart because you can't stand each other any longer than you're on stage. And so, and I think with us, that's just the thing that we've always had first and foremost is like,
if you got the true love for your brothers and you got the true love for the actual craft, like other people are going to feel that, I think. I feel that in other people's music.
I think so. And I think that, I mean, we're big on, my business partner, Paul, that we found that I've been friends with him for 30 years.
Wow.
And like, he's loyal. And like, the older I get, like, I value loyalty. I value loyalty and family because you're going to get pulled in all kinds of directions. You know, you guys are going to be like, you're going to say, oh, wow, remember when we had those guys on this McBastards podcast? I really believe you guys are going to be something really special. And that's because of your unique makeup, not just, you know, it's almost like being in the t-shirt business. I always said, hey, I don't want to chase designs. I want someone to feel who we are, what our brand is, and it's a lot of this stuff in here, and want to be part of the brand. not part of the one song or part of the one hat or T-shirt or whatever, the one hit wonder. And I mean, if you guys have been together 15 years, I mean, it's amazing. Kudos to you, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well,
it's not ever 100% perfect.
No.
But I think the beauty in things like is in all the imperfect natures of it.
Yeah.
Really, that's where the beauty lies of it.
But
it's
Who do you want to be around that you can't bust their balls or argue
Sure,
with
yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
You know that's not real.
yeah,
Well, yeah,
well, that's why you love your brothers, because I mean, hell, if you had a brother or whatever, they were beating you up or doing something, but later in life, like you're like, hey, I can hit my brother, but you ain't gonna hit him, or I can say something bad about my brother, but you ain't gonna say something about him.
Yeah,
So.
I wouldn't recommend it. Like,
it's a bad decision there. Yeah.
So.
oh man, yeah, 100%.
Well,
Brotherhood.
so I mean, you guys. I hate bringing up COVID because I'm sick of the damn thing. I don't give a shit about it one bit. But it did impact a lot of people that like. So you guys were getting ready to head on a huge like road show and whatever, and it basically just it crushed it pretty much, right?
It was an e-break on the situation.
It was so hard. I mean, like we didn't know what was going on, but like we started getting calls kind of pretty much daily and like multiple calls daily of these venues like, hey, sorry, we're having to wipe our calendar. We don't know what's going on. As soon as we figure it out, we'll get you guys back on. And we're just like, okay, well, this is just.
Yeah, and then one after the other and after the other.
There goes your whole year, and it's just like, we have no shows. What is going on?
And then we had to just start from the ground floor and build something back. That was a whole.
That's right. And at the time, we had to keep it going by doing, you know, Poncho and I, we'd be up there. We'd have to go to outdoor venues that only wanted acoustic duos. Yeah. So Greg, our drummer, singer for a lot of our songs, he's a great songwriter. He's with us here today.
He's back
He's
in.
playing the back room. Right
he is. He's in. Now it was him. He said he wasn't going to come on, or we would have set it up for him. So we're not pushing him out. He's the one who defined it.
Greg. He's wearing a pretty shirt. He smells good today. It's all miracles coming together.
He took his one bath this week.
That's right.
Got ready for it.
Well, kudos to him because Greg and I have been on the phone, kind of back and forth, you know, talking, and so I was happy to meet everybody. So
he's our PR man. I mean,
he's awesome.
I mean, he's been, you know, blessed enough to be able to work from home. So a lot of the time, he's been the one that has that freedom and really drive to carry the back end of the band.
He's tenacious.
He's very, very tenacious. That's a good word for it. Yeah. But like, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like he's the one that like really seeks out a lot of the stuff that we get involved in. He's the one. I mean, you said you talked on the phone with him. I mean, he's your contact. If you want to reach the band, you call Greg. You know, or our manager Lucy now. But before Lucy, it was all Greg. Like if you want to talk to us, Greg's your guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's our businessman. He's our back end. I mean. Literally, man, he does everything.
Well,
he's building promos.
He's funny because he was saying, but like, I think at first he was trying to feel me out, like, who is this guy? Are you shitting me? Like, you bought a T-shirt and now you're like, look, dude, I think you're good. Like, I want to help you out. Like, let's do some fun shit, right? Like, there's no agenda. I like listen to it.
You got to excuse us a little bit. We've been through the ringer with some folks that, you know, you've always got that one guy down the streets like, yeah, I got a buddy that back in '86, he played guitar on an album next to, you know, Hank Williams Jr.'s third cousin, you know, and it's like, I'm going to get you boys on the map. And you're like, all right, man, cool, dude. And then you get enough of those and it's just like over time, you're like, everybody that comes in is like, hey man, I want to help you out. You're like, I was like, how?
Hey man, I just bought a T-shirt, like, dude. It was a cool T-shirt.
Yeah, you're just like, how are you going to help us, man? Because now we're a little gun shy at this point, but you know, we're trying to open back up a little bit and like get that, but man, it's
here we are.
Here we are, man. Here we are.
And I don't know the third cousin of Hank Williams Jr.'s cousin.
I hope you don't, man.
I own and who's spitting a spittoon. I don't really know any of that
I hope I'm that's actually a positive on your part. Like,
there are so many like fake people in this. I don't have to tell you. You know that.
Yeah, you know that
people are trying to take advantage of you, but it's. I don't know, man. It's just like, I think God puts you around the people that you need to be around.
Yes, sir.
100%. Greg and I were talking a little bit on the phone about just divine intervention and stuff that's happened.
Yes.
And,
yeah, man.
And I believe in that, and I believe in it a lot. But it's just crazy how, like I said, I think if you can just hang in there sometimes.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Just like,
it's been tough.
And that whole thing where everyone says, don't quit. Like, shit, I want to quit. This sucks, I want to give up. Screw it. I'm going to do something else.
Yeah.
But the moments in my life where good things happened to me, I was about to say, screw it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, oh, shit.
Like,
damn, we're on to something,
Something just happened.
But I was 2 days ago, it's like, pack it up. For now.
You're planning on your exit.
Leaving the leg, man. Oh, yeah.
And I think, though, that like we were talking about that before. Like, I think, like, I love this shit, man. I do this shit for free.
Yeah.
When Salty came on, I'm in our business really tech and kind of professional and boring shit. Yeah. And when I'm like, cool, I'll do this shit for free. Like, I don't ever say shit if I lose money.
Yeah,
right? It's
man.
fun stuff. You're talking to people. You're meeting people. Everyone's genuine. You're just kind of having a normal conversation. And I think it's great. So what coming up? I know you guys are getting ready to get a trip to UK.
We are.
Is that the first time like y'all been out of country?
It's the first time out of the country, man. Yeah, we're excited. A little nervous, but we're excited.
Definitely. Yeah, starting out in Edinburgh, Scotland, and venturing further south as we go. It's going to be awesome.
Dude, that's going to be crazy.
Yeah, we're excited for it, man.
I may come catch a show. That would be cool.
Yeah, dude, come on out.
When I found out I was adopted, I thought I was like Carpathian Rus, which is like mountain Vikings, and I find out I'm like a mix of all kinds of shit. But I got like 25% Scot in me, so why not? Let's go to Scotland.
That's a fun quarter right there. Those are wild people, dude.
I think you got family in here too. Caleb's got some Scotsmen in him too.
Yeah,
Shit,
Logan on one
we
side,
could be related.
McDonald on the other.
Yeah,
whole lot of dudes in dresses.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Was the dude that hung with Robert the Bruce and stuff was part of your family?
Oh yeah, Robert Logan and yeah. Anyway,
so how long are you going to be in Europe?
It's a little over 2 weeks. So yeah, we've got a string of shows when we first get there. We're gonna Edinburgh, obviously, Newcastle, and then we'll work our way down. But then there's a 4-day break in between where we don't have anything going on, and then we start back up and finish it out. And we do our last show in Lincoln at the Call of the Wild Festival.
Oh wow!
So yeah, it's
dude, just show you how country we are. Like I looked at him, I'm like Nottingham's a real place.
Yeah, you think we'll run into Robin Hood?
Yeah, Robin Hood. That's awesome.
No,
so also though, I mean, I'm bringing it up. So basically, you guys were asked to record in Jimmy Page's studio.
We were approached by a guy. I'm not sure what the contact was, but I'm sure Lucy and Greg are definitely involved. But
that's cool though.
Yeah,
either way, it's cool.
He found our stuff, and
we just heard like Jimmy Page's ears perked up a little bit, and he was
he offered
Elton John's.
He did some work with Elton John. Yeah.
That's awesome,
dude. He's done
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road and all that.
Hey, don't sing that song, but. to the guy that recognized the talent, kudos, buddy, from the McBastard studio. Kudos. Kudos. I didn't know. I don't know. I'm the student. I'm not going to get into that shit, but I don't want to get into that. Yeah, my concerts growing up. So I'm from Atlanta, but I lived. My dad got transferred to Boston for a little bit. That's how I always did Boston jokes.
Right.
Hawk the Cod and Harvard Yard kind of stuff.
Right.
But we were there for 5 years. But during that time, in Worcester, they had the Centrum where we watched all the concerts, and I just saw like Bob Seger, Van Halen, and like those memories were just like, it was just awesome. I'm like 12, 11 years old going to Van Halen. We might have done some other stuff we probably shouldn't have done, but a little bit different up there.
You live and learn.
A little bit different. But it was like, so music to me has been like just so many good memories of music,
Yeah, and you were right there in like such a great era of music.
Yeah.
Rush, I saw Rush.
Oof.
Really?
Yeah,
I seen Rush a couple
Aerosmith.
years back.
Dude,
I mean,
Geddy Lee's the man. I'm sorry. If you can sing like that and simultaneously play keyboard and bass at the same, you're the man.
Yeah.
That's all you can say.
We went and watched Rush at what used to be the Hi-Fi Bar. I think they call it the Lakewood. It's changed hands a few times, but we went and watched Rush down there, man, and it was before Neil Peart died. You know, rest his soul. But dude, Geddy Lee is just
amazing.
He's another world, man.
Amazing.
It's insane. Like the dude's like just playing the bass with one hand, keyboards on the other, and then just not missing a note. And you're just like, how
that's
are
a
you
different
like,
breed of human, right?
like
there.
what
That's,
like
man?
how did you who taught you to do that? Like,
Dude, I've picked a guitar up so many times to say I'm gonna like, and I'm just like, I don't know.
You can do it.
Anybody can do it,
time.
man.
It's just
Perseverance.
love and time.
Yeah, I don't know,
Perseverance.
man. Some people, I mean, I like looking at it, feels good, but I just can't.
Feel good. Hey man,
I don't know how it is for every guitar player, but for me, there was like I had those like moments when I first started where it was just like, dude, I am never gonna figure this out.
Yeah.
This is Mandarin. Like I don't know what I'm doing. And there was just one day where like I was trying, and finally something in my brain just went, oh, it does this. Like, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. And so like from there, it's just been building blocks because I got that little piece of like success and understanding in it. And from there, it's just been a building block of, you know, now I'm going to push myself to this. Then I'm going to push myself to this. And obviously Caleb's 10 times the guitar player I am, but
well, no,
you know.
I mean it's like that 100%. Like there were many nights that as a young kid, man, I'd just fall asleep with my guitar and just wake back up and I'm like, oh yeah, I was right here. And then finally it started clicking. You know?
That's dedication. So how old were you when you first like started messing around with guitar?
I started out rather late in comparison to a lot of kids, a lot of dudes I talked to. 13.
Oh yeah, but you're still trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%, man. I couldn't have told you like one way or another. I just knew it hurt my fingers at the time, and like I'd get hand cramps in class and everything. So
Hey, if you guys need a tambourine guy, I'm your guy.
Hey,
I can sit there.
We actually do.
I'll just tap that tambourine. I got good rhythm, man. I'll just sit there and just.
You have to wear a skirt. Though.
Yeah, no. Well, I'll wear my Scottish kilt.
Hey, there you go.
I'm not wearing any underwear, so
It'll work.
the ladies up front could be scared because I'm not wearing any underwear if I'm Scottish kilt. But.
That's right.
Everybody's got to have a gimmick.
Oh, it's a gimmick, all right.
Yeah. Well, what was it? The Germans called the Scots in World War I because they were still fighting kills. It was like the ladies from hell or something like that. It's like, that's a deranged person.
That'd be one scary lady.
Yeah.
So all the women reading these Scottish romance novels, they probably hadn't bathed in a year. I'm not sure that's that hot, but.
I've always thought that, man. like that, you got to be thinking like back in the day. That couldn't be fun. No, you just had to be like nose blind to it all.
Oh, exactly. Or you're just such a filthy animal you didn't.
There's that too. There could be
that.
that.
I like the way you think.
Yeah,
that ponders me all the time.
I have like never in my life have I smoked weed, man, and I think it's because. I have high thoughts all the time in general. Like I'll just walk outside and look up at the stars and go, "Damn, I'm small, man." And it's like I really need to stay away from anything that's going to exaggerate that.
Don't trip on acid or anything.
Yeah,
You'll really those pink elephants and stuff are just too much to deal with. You don't want to see them rolling in, man.
Cartoons have never been better.
So when you got I'm always curious, like when you're writing songs, right? And you're like, to me, like that seems like so hard, like to write a song. Like, so how do you just get set for it, or you're just sitting there on the John and you're like, damn, that's a good song. And you go and you write it down. Like Eminem, I heard the guy used to have like a notebook, and if he woke up at night and he was thinking of something, he'd just write down a bunch of stuff and just kind of. So is there a process or just?
I think everybody has their own process.
Everybody's different. So. I know you'll marinate them for a while.
Yeah, I sit on a lot of songs. I don't bring them to the table
and chip away at them.
Yeah, if I'm lyrically like. song has to make sense to me, and I have to feel it if I'm the one writing the lyrics to it. But like, I don't know why I do it. Yeah. It's like every time I write a song, like I come to the table with lyrics, and I'm like, hey, this is what I have, and this is kind of what I want to do. And then it goes what through Caleb calls the hush money meat grinder.
Yeah.
And you get the hamburger patty that's like not what I anticipated, but it's like, but that's still pretty cool. Like, let's do that. Yeah.
And me personally, I like something just like jolts me all of a sudden. Like I hear the hook, I hear the verses, I hear the music, and give me a notepad, give me a voice recorder, because it's coming out right now, and I'm gonna forget it.
Yeah. Dude, you should tell them the story about the new song on the album. It Ain't Love. Yeah.
Dude, a lot of times,
I love this story.
especially in like writing guitar lines or solos or something like that, riffs. I'll wake up out of a dead sleep, run into my living room. God bless my wife, she's a saint. But I'll click it in and then just start playing it. I'm like, that's the one. And I'll hit the voice recorder and play it, and she's just like. But no, man,
that's awesome.
There's a song on this most recent album that we hadn't released yet, but it was so crazy. I was so far asleep. I thought I was in my bed asleep, but I thought I was in my living room on the couch, and I was watching this movie and there was this scene of this guy, and it was pretty comedic. He was trying to back an 18-wheeler like down this mountain because he went too far, and then just like the brakes give out. So he's like scrambling, and then I was like, laughing my butt off on the couch in Dream World somewhere, and then I hear this song in the background. I'm like, you know what? That's a funny scene, but that's a really cool song.
Yeah.
And then now I kind of grab my own neck, and I'm like, wake up, that's your song.
Yeah.
And so I went in there and I was writing down the chord progressions, the lyrics, and it was so weird. And so it's definitely not my song. I think God just like takes you guys. There it is.
Yeah, your old subconscious just kind of kicked in.
100%.
But it's crazy how much though you take in from all things where you're not really thinking about it, but it just kind of sits in the back of your head. In that one moment in your dreamland.
Yeah.
The good Lord went over and dropped a little light on it and said, "Hey, wake up."
Yeah, I guarantee you, I'm not smart enough to do a lot of those things, and they just come out. And
That's awesome. Yeah. It's called talent.
So
people have it. Some people don't. You can't force talent, dude. I don't care what anyone says. You have to reform your talent and work on your talent. Whatever. You can't just say, I'm going to be the best guitar player in the world. But it is a talent. The thing that I'm bad, like I'm like an ADD spaz. So like I would be like you were saying, forgetting lyrics. Like I would like if I wrote something down and then I'd be like, oh shit, well, what was it? And you're like, that's not what it was. You changed it. Like that's not what like I could see myself like I would think people would hate me. Like
no, dude,
you just changed the lyrics in this. I thought that's what I said.
That happens all the time, man. It's like Merle Haggard said.
Oh yeah.
If he forgot the words of the song or he sang the verse backwards, he'd say, "Go to hell, I wrote the song. It goes how I want it to go."
At the end of the day, really.
It's like, that's my song. I'll sing it how I want to. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Hey, Merle Haggard.
Yeah, man.
You're the man.
You gotta have Merle, man.
You're the
Waylon
man.
and Willie and the boys.
Oh, yeah.
So do you as creating your own music, do you like still kind of like have favorite bands you listen to or music you listen to, or are you afraid? Like I'd be afraid like, oh shit, it's gonna corrupt kind of like what I'm is that hard to do? Or
I don't think so, man.
I
keep my ears open. Just
I love old soul, and Allman Brothers is my favorite band of all time.
Yeah.
And that doesn't really, it comes out in a way of I guess of our sound, but not directly, I would say. But yeah, it's more of the influence that you're riding it.
for sure, yeah.
now, like I think it's cool though because you'll lead sing sometimes,
right.
and then you'll lead sing sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And like for me as a listener, it's cool to get like that balance.
Yeah.
Like it's not just the same, lead singer every time. It's not David Lee Roth out there, doing his thing, right?
Which was cool.
It's just cool. Yeah, he was awesome. I mean, dude, a funny story. So that the Worcester, now I've got all this Worcester for mine. So we're up there. It's smoky. There's a lot of weed in there. Whatever. We're like 11 or 12 or whatever. And so they're getting ready to. Eddie Van Halen's playing Eruption, and he's just cranking it. He's just. and everyone, we're just like, oh. And all of a sudden, like, Dave the Rothy goes, hey, stop the show. And everyone's like, what? And so everyone's like, what's going on? And so he's like, hey, some asshole's flipping quarters at me up here, blah, blah, blah. And everyone's like, boo, like raising hell, whatever. And he goes, no, it's okay, because after the show, I'm going to boink his girlfriend. And everyone's like, yeah! And then he cranks back. And it was totally planned, though, because my buddy went to a show like later, and he goes, I go, did they do it? He goes, oh, dude, I was totally planned. So it was a good gimmick. If it would have been real, it would have been really cool. But, anyways.
Yeah, but it gets the crowd pumped up. It puts them on your side immediately.
Exactly, dude.
I could only imagine in Boston, too, man. They don't play up there.
No.
Oh, snap.
I think I got in a fight every day for a year when I lived up there. Because they said that I lived off a dirt road and drove a horse and buggy. Yeah. And it made me mad. Like, it was like, dude, I live in Atlanta. It's a city, man. You know?
We've got things.
Yeah.
Well,
that's awesome. So, like, what do you want the people who have never heard of Hush Money, which, by the way, is a killer name. I found myself when we were promoting this, like, I was thinking of graphics. I'm like, oh man, there's so much you can do with this stuff. Like, what for people who like don't know you or haven't heard you, like, what do you tell them? Like, how does
we first and foremost preface anything that we say real music for real people.
Yeah,
because that's who we come out to. That's who we cater to. Is there's a lot of people trying to be somebody else.
Yep.
And we're for the guys that the everyday Joes that really hold it down.
Yeah.
And
I think what we like to talking about the labels earlier and like how you label us. Is it Southern? Is it rock? Is it this? Is it that? Whatever. We just first and foremost like kind of planted American music, man.
Yeah.
We're just American music, because we're
100%.
that's who we are. That's what we listen to. I mean, obviously there's bands outside of America that we are really grab onto, but it's just American music.
Yeah.
Any form of American music you can think of, we're open to, man. Like that's
an amalgamation of everything.
Yeah,
just like blues and jazz led to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Of course, it's the same thing. It kind of keeps building on itself. Other than pop, I don't like pop stuff.
I find myself steering away from that a lot. Yeah.
Don't be corrupted, man.
If there's not any like actual music talented involved, like any like
that tangible music quality.
Yeah, I can't get on with the drum machine. I can't get on with like the fake like. I would rather hear like Led Zeppelin, like John Bonham. I don't know. Is it The Ocean?
Oh yeah.
Where they catch at the very beginning of it, and he was like, now we're ready and we're steady in 1 and 2, and it's like, like they caught that in the studio just off his drum mics.
Yeah.
Like I want to hear that imperfection, man. I don't want drum machines. It's just like
that's what made it good, man.
Spot on. It's like I want to hear the human aspect of it. I want to hear that raw, like I want to know who you are through your music. I don't want to know who the record label thinks you are and is portraying you to the people as. Like I want to know who you are.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you'll be a success. I mean, it's funny because when we first started this thing, we were sitting in here and I didn't know that they were having on the camera, and I cussed Caleb a bit, so I apologize.
Me too.
But just so you know, I mean, I'm going to say the F-bomb a lot.
Okay.
But I'm like, hey, let's fucking roll. Like I was just talking to whatever, and then like Zach caught it and he goes, dude, that's our intro.
Yeah.
I was like, you think like were they gonna block it? He goes, who cares? Let's go. That was really just your natural let's do it.
Because it's you, man. That's who you are.
Yeah,
so like
you're a person, you're not a product. And
That's
people have relationships with people, not products.
Yeah. I love
you
it.
know?
And we had a sound engineer one time tell us we're in the studio, we asked him if like we were finished recording a song, we were like, hey man, you think people are really gonna like this? You think they're gonna dig this song? And he looked at us and went, 50% will, 50% won't. Who cares? Do you like it? And it's like, it's like, that's it, man. Like you got to be you, because there's gonna be people can't stand my ass.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be people that ride or die with me, and they're right there with me, and you can't worry about the people that don't.
100%, man.
Hang in with the people that do. You got to be you. So
That's
whatever that is.
My dad used to tell me this, and God bless his soul, he's the best man in the world. He said, if you can count the number of friends on one hand, good friends, loyal friends, you've had a good life. So that's only 5.
Yes, sir.
So what's the fat Joey guy? He goes, all I need is 3 bad motherfuckers. And I can take the world, though. All I need is 3 bad. Joey!
Yeah.
You know, whatever. But he's right on that. Well, man, I'm so excited to watch you guys, and I'm glad that I thought your T-shirt was cool, and that Cindy out there, Big Frog, go by
Big Frog
see Cindy,
music, man.
she's
Big
awesome.
Frog, Cindy.
She did a great job, but I mean, I'm really excited because I know that you guys. I know that John Brinkus over there at Brinks TV. I had said, hey, you got to listen to these guys. I mean, these guys are the real deal, man. They're the real deal.
Yeah.
So I know that that there's something coming up in April that you guys are going to get a chance to kind of play live, and I know that's still kind of in the mix. But
it is
that is going to be that's going to be amazing. So or sometime in April they'll announce it, but. Watch Hush Money live on Brinks TV and see him crank. They're like, hey, can we bring the drums and everything here? I'm like, I don't think this shit's gonna fit in here, man. But why don't we just talk and
that's fine, man. Yeah. We go full bore, that's for sure. And John, he seems like a really awesome guy. I've only met him for just a short amount of time, but
really good guy. John Brinkus, Rob Vaca, the guys over at Brinks TV, the NIL house. We've been very fortunate to work with them on several things. Right. They've been very supportive of us and our SaltyMF and our brand, and we're sponsoring athletes on the NIL House show. And so they're family over there, and I think they're good guys. So I think that'll be. I think it'll be pretty spectacular what you guys come up with. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, he seemed like he was pretty open, pretty much anything. Yeah, we were like, what do you think if we do this? He's like, yeah,
go for it.
Let's do it. Let's do that shit. And we're just like, all right.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty cool too, because he's like, I'm thinking of something special. I was like, hey buddy, we'll give you a sneak preview of the new album.
That's pretty special.
So that's a cool place to do it, we thought, and seemed like more good people. So we're gonna show a little.
Well, I'm a fan. I'm gonna help you guys regardless because you have good music and you're good people.
Thank you.
The greatest thing is when you find out someone has got good music and they're good people. If they got good music and they're an asshole, you don't want to listen to their music because they're assholes. So, but these guys are awesome, very genuine. We talked before. I wish Greg was out here, but Greg, you want to come in here and say hello? Can we do that? Are we allowed to do that?
Let's bring Greg in here.
Like I said, he's
we're about to close it out, so let's bring him in. We gotta see the man, the man, the myth, the legend,
the man behind the works and the kit. Really,
come on in here and
he smells so good today.
Get over here.
You can have my seat. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. You got to get in the camera side, or you're. So, ladies and gentlemen, Greg Weaver, here he is, the man, the legend.
There he is.
How's it going?
That's the one.
Greg, I'm glad we met, and I'm really excited about what you guys can do going forward, man.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. It's been a lot of. I'm sure they've talked about the effort and the longevity of all the work that we've put in. It's rewarding, and see it coming to fruition. It's very rewarding. So I'm excited about it, man.
Yeah.
It's been a fun ride so far.
Yeah. Well, like we talk about divine intervention. I mean, I think it's just cool that from a T-shirt thing that we're even just sitting here and really from someone in a local music store that really believed in you guys and took the time to care. That shows you guys have built good relationships and good partnerships, and that's stuff I value and I appreciate. So
we
really pumped to see you guys do it, man.
Yeah, and that's I've told the guys multiple times my goal is to build community. And that's been my main focus as far as that goes, is trying to build community, and we surround ourselves with good people that we trust and good people that we want to do business with.
There's a lot of good people out there.
Yes.
Bring them together, man.
You'll go further.
I mean, you will, and because if you're not worried, if you're not trying to keep your head on a swivel and worry about somebody undercutting you, you tend to make better choices, and you're free to make better choices. And so I feel like that we've had that opportunity by working with our manager Lucy Pillar. She's been a godsend, but again that started with Big Frog Music with Cindy.
It did. Yeah.
Cindy introduced us to Lucy, and
awesome.
And Lucy is like, I like these guys. I want to talk with them. So we scheduled time. We talked, and here we are, almost 2 years later. And the amount of work that we've been able to accomplish in that amount of time is unreal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it all started with us showing up at Cindy's with an EP of tracks of Volume 2 and said, "Hey, can you?" We didn't even. We said, "Can you sell this for $5?" And she goes, "I'll sell it for $6." And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay." She goes, "But I'm taking $1."
Yeah,
and I said,
right.
"Okay."
That's right.
I'm like,
pretty good
I said, "You want to take $3? You know, whatever."
Well,
I'm like,
we do have to preface that because Cindy is a real person. She's not going to push something just because she likes it. She looks at us. She said, "Well, if I don't like it, it goes right here." Grabs this big milk crate, bam, sets it on the TV. Just like, okay, well, all right.
Yeah.
We're not in the milk
in there.
crate graveyard.
It's not a good sign if she had a whole bucket of it.
Well, she is privy. Cindy has been privy to everything that we've ever recorded. She is, and
even though they hadn't been released yet.
Yeah. And
she's
she
the member.
We kind of run it by her. It's like, what do you think about this? And we've decided that if she doesn't like it, that it's not worth putting out at this point because she likes real music, and if it's what she called bubblegum bullshit, then we don't.
You need a shirt of bubblegum bullshit.
I like it. Big bubble.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
We can do that.
You know the one thing you said to me, Greg, because Greg and I have talked the most because we've talked on the phone, so we'd at least had some rapport before Seth and Caleb came in. But the fact like that you guys, when people were trying to pressure you to change what you did,
right?
Many times.
and I think when you water down back to what Seth was saying about who you are,
right.
You don't get a viable product. End result. Yeah. And I hope you guys always stay true to yourselves no matter what happens because you're about to get on a roller coaster ride, man. It's going to be awesome.
At the end of the day, you got to be happy with your product. And if you try to put something out that's not a true representation of who you are, you're not going to be happy with it. You know,
put your spirit, your heart, soul, your values, everything that needs to go on a track.
And it may not always lead to huge success or response, but it's a true representation of who you are. And that's
Chuck Schumer. Hold on, I'm going to put in a Zen in for Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer trying to ban Zens. Chuck, here's a Schumer for you, bro. Sorry, I got to do that. Sorry to interrupt you on that. I had to.
Right there.
There we go.
Didn't you have
Hush money. Shimmy. Sorry. I've got ADD, dude. I just.
No, you're good, man. I love it. That's basically our creative process. ADD,
yeah, 100%.
Well, that's how we're going to get along.
9 times out of 10, when we're working on new material, like somebody will say, "Let's try this." We're like, "Well, that's probably going to sound like shit." It's like, "Well, let's try it anyway."
Let's try it anyway.
Yeah, and then 15 takes later, like,
yep.
I kind of like the third one.
Kind of like that part.
Yeah.
Let's go back and find that one.
So they become a hybrid.
You need to do a song, no bubblegum shit. There's got to be a tune that you crank in for Cindy for the no bubblegum shit.
No, because there's a good chance that that's the one that hits and it'll be like poppy and stuff and not a representation of us.
No, the song's called No Bubblegum Shit. It's still a rock. Don't write a damn Taylor Swift song. I'm not.
You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Trust me.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
You guys are. Well, hey, look, this. I hope y'all have had a good time, man. I mean, I'm looking forward to building a friendship with you guys, and we'll be with you and support you all the way. I think your stuff's good. So
Thanks, brother.
You know, it's really
Appreciate
good.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate the opportunity.
Glad you like it.
Yeah, no.
We look forward to staying in contact and building a relationship, man. This has been wonderful.
It's awesome. It's a good time. Anything you want to say to the Salty Nation out there? You say anything you want to say?
Hey, keep on rocking. Keep on doing what you do.
Yeah.
That's
stay true to who you are and maintain.
100%,
And don't forget that Hush Money's new album will be dropping July 4th of this year.
July 4th, the new Hush Money album.
This is the first.
we are Americans after all.
Yeah, this is
This
is the first announcement before anybody else gets it.
God, family, and country.
There it is. Is the July 4th is a hard date for the release of the new album. Go Back Home.
Dude, I love it because I don't think all of you got it. So we give all guests a little gift of our stuff. I gave a couple, I don't know who has them, but it's our Independence tee that we made. So here's your sign.
Want to talk
it's a
about
middle finger
divinity
with the flag on it, but it's our Independence tee.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
Talk
man,
about divine intervention.
I don't know.
I grabbed that red, white, and blue hat. I didn't know if that one was from
no, but it's called. It's called.
Are you talking about the one
Independence
he's wearing there?
It's in the bag.
I grabbed it.
That's the one I was wanting, but yeah.
Yeah, no, you got the McBastard one.
Yeah,
I like
it. I'll get Greg. I got Greg the McBastard's hat.
That's a cool hat. That's a cool ass hat.
He got the coolest hat.
Yeah, I got the coolest hat. Like that. That thing is nasty. I like it.
Well, guys, hey, we're going to close out. We were here today with Hush Money, Greg, Seth, Caleb. Check them out, guys. They're unbelievable. You can go to hushmoneyband.com too, right? So
yes,
you can go to hushmoneyband.com. Check them out. They're on Spotify, any other places?
Everywhere. Apple, YouTube
Everywhere.
Music. We have several videos out on YouTube.
All over the place.
You check our tour dates out. We're going to be all over the Southeast this coming year, and then, of course, England in May.
Yeah, next
We've
couple months.
we're gonna a couple
Time
months coming up.
flies,
We're gonna
man.
be in Scotland and England, and finishing with a festival, the Call of the Wild Festival over there in England. And then we come back and we've got a few more festivals and bar shows to knock out.
Yeah.
So it's been it's about to get busy.
Yeah.
It's our busy season.
Well, we'll
so.
follow you. We'll put some stuff up where we can post your events and stuff and where
Cool,
you're
man.
gonna be. So,
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and check us out on Brinks TV coming.
That's
up.
right.
Yeah,
Man,
Brinks
that's gonna be
TV.
awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait for
So that live event is going to be.
Yeah, it's cool. It'll be a live event. We'll promote that too, since we already do a lot of promotion on the Brink TV. But guys, I really appreciate you coming in. I'm pumped for you guys. So Salty Nation, you heard it here. Hush Money, check them out. They're the real deal. Let's go.